Intro music. And that should be that time for the delay right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Best Damn Podcast. I'm Tyler, joined by a incredible musician that I've honestly been listening to his music and I'm loving it. Jason Boudrot. How are you doing, Jason?
Pretty good. Good to be on your show.
Thank you for coming on here. You reached out to us and you gave us some samples. And when you said when I listened to your music, I'm like, oh my God, this music's actually the kind of music I grew up with and the music I listen to right now. I love it. It's really good.
Yeah. Thank you.
And what gear do you use? What kind of gear do you use for your music?
Well, you can see my amp over here. It's actually right here.
Uh-huh.
I use a Marshall JVM 410H 100-watt head and a Marshall 1968 lead cabinet.
That's very nice.
Yeah, and when I'm on stage, I might use two 4x12 cabinets occasionally. When I do get up on stage and I play with my band.
What's the name of your band?
Well, I'm solo now, so I'm doing my new solo career.
Gotcha. Hey, sometimes solo works. It helps you build your repertoire and build what you've got and everything, and helps you create new, fresh ideas.
Yeah.
So,
for guitars, I use I got a 2007 Gibson Studio. I have an Epiphone Corona 58 Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
I got an Epiphone SG Custom. It's all black. It's like a Black Beauty one, so it's black and gold. It's pretty nice.
Black and gold.
Those are my main instruments that I use on stage right now.
Okay.
I have many other guitars, believe me.
Yeah. That's the one thing about musicians is they never have enough guitars, I've noticed.
No, never.
I have a friend of mine. He has 5 different guitars. He's got 2 bass and 3 regular guitars. I'm like, why do you need 2 bass guitars? And he explained it. It's like, this one just plays bass better than the other one. And he'll go on the show and he'll actually play the song. He'll play both guitars. He'll go to one song, go to the other one. It's like, I don't get it. But I mean, you kind of notice the change, but I mean, that's just how he does it. So you have a new EP coming out, correct?
Yep. It's my solo EP.
This is your solo EP. When is that going to be out?
I work on it every day. I would say it's going to be probably, I don't know, maybe a year, probably, maybe a little bit less. So it takes time. It does take time to write songs. I mean, it takes time to write words. You got to arrange the songs. It takes time.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure, when it comes to something like that, you're writing your own music down. You want to get just right. Like, you got an idea of what you want to do, but it's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah. I know a lot of musicians, it takes them forever to put it out, but you can't rush perfection. You really can't. It sounds like, you said yours is going to be out in a year. So it sounds like you're taking your time, letting it cook, letting it bake. So it'll be perfect when it comes out.
Yeah. I want the audio to be, real good, so, yeah, it's like, I'll be singing on the songs. So I got to get my voice. So, I got to work on that too. I got to get it. So it's decent,
Right. So what was the decision that made you want to decide, I want to pick up a guitar? What got you into that?
I would say probably when I was 21, I got hooked into heavy metal and the 80s hard rock music. And, when you're in high school, you get into those bands because you're young, and I got the bit by the heavy metal bug at an early age in my teenage years,
I think everybody gets hit by the heavy metal bug at some point. Mine was always a combination of AC/DC when I was like a kid, and then later on it was Guns N' Roses. What was yours?
AC/DC, 100%.
100% AC/DC.
Yeah.
I was actually in see, I was in elementary school when it shows you how young I am when Metallica's Black Label came out, and that was everywhere.
Yeah, that
Just
was yeah.
yeah, you heard Enter Sandman almost daily.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but it just got old for me when you hear it like 30, 40 times a day, you know? I mean, it's still a great song, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
But after a while, you're just like, oh, man, I kind of want to hear something else, you know?
Yeah. And then I got kind of, I got I think probably like my sophomore year of high school, I got into Megadeth a lot. I got really into them. I got into Def Leppard, the first albums.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say Def Leppard has always been in my, it's been around since I was a kid back in 1988. Me and my mom used to listen to that constantly in the car. She used to wear out the cassette tapes, and it was played consistently, nonstop. That and like Rick Springfield and Def Leppard and Richard Marx and all in those bands.
Gotta ask, favorite Def Leppard song?
Yeah, and I do remember. I've seen Photograph when I was little on MTV when MTV launched, and it was like what is this? Like what is this is music, because I was just so young.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there watching the TV, and I'm like, wow, what is this? As a kid. And like Michael Jackson's Thriller was out around that time, and that was big when I was into that when I was little.
Yep. I gotta ask, what is your favorite Def Leppard song? Because now I'm curious.
Boy, that's hard.
I know, right?
Geez, I would say Photograph, probably.
Photograph's a good one. I've always been partial to Animal. I just love the beat,
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So, what bands were you? So those are also the bands you've been into, correct?
Yeah.
Were there any other bands you were into?
Bands like I'm listening to now. I've been listening to Def Leppard constantly. I just love their sound, and I like their story too. It's an incredible story.
Oh, they have a story there?
Well, with Rick Allen, how he lost his arm and he came back, and they came back bigger than ever.
Yeah, they did have that. That's pretty damn good story too. I've been listening to a lot of like Van Halen lately. I've been on a Van Halen kick. I just get on these random kicks for like certain bands.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll be on that kick for a while, and then it's like, you'll get burned out. You go look for something else. But the one bands I always come back to listen to that I absolutely love is, of course, like AC/DC, Guns N' Roses. I'm not sure. I used to be big in the Linkin Park back when I was in high school, junior high, and even my younger years. But I don't know how I feel about their new singer ever since they replaced, ever since Chester Bennington passed away. They got a new singer. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like with AC/DC where they had Bon Scott, who passed away, and then a few years later they come out with a new album with Brian Johnson, and they're just killing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so weird. It's almost very reminiscent if you think about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So what is the name of your new EP going to be called? Do you have a name chosen?
Yeah, the Guitar Man Cometh.
The Guitar Man. I like that. That's good. The Guitar Man Cometh. That sounds.
It sounds almost biblical in a way.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
And the music for that one, of course, is also, like you said, very 80s rock, a little bit of metal type sounds is what you said.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of AC/DC in my playing. I mean, my lead guitar playing, I try to really focus on Angus Young and his lead guitar playing. His sound, he's got a very distinct sound.
Let's see. I am trying. I know you sent us some samples of your music.
Yep.
I can't get Temperamental to work, but we can also get that on Spotify. But we do have one song queued up, which was done by you. This Hard Times. Which can we listen to this and see how it is?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is, get this correct. Make sure. There we go. You have to forgive me. Like I said, I'm down one monitor. This is Hard Times by Jason Boudreau right here on the Best Damn Podcast. Are we having issues with the audio?
I can't hear it on my end, but
I thought
it's
it was
fine.
playing. Damn. Let me fix that. Hang on. Because we got I'll fix it. Give me a minute. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was playing. Like I said, I need a new computer is what it is. I'm terribly sorry, Jason.
That's all right.
So let me see if I can figure this out. Because we got Jose who comes in quite frequently and he's talking about how he can't hear anything. And I know Jose wouldn't, lie to us or anything like that. He's one of our biggest fans. He's a big music lover too. So give me just a second. Yeah, and there's Bubba. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's on me. That's on me.
That's all right. We can talk a little bit, and you can kind of work on it, or
Just can't hear anything at all. I hear you all talking. You just can't hear the music playing. All right, let me see if I can't figure this out. So this is basically just you right here, correct?
this is me. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can't. I got an idea on how I can get this working. This is where I need like a producer. We had a guy on the show who was helping us produce a lot of this stuff, but he left the show unfortunately due to health issues. So I'm gonna see if I can't. Let me try going through Spotify here to get this. I'll get the Spotify brought up here. Let's see here. Log in on Spotify. Should be on there. Come on now. So this is just you. Now, what was your inspiration for this song here?
This was AC/DC, 100%.
I'm hearing a lot of AC/DC, honestly. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
really good. I'm sitting there listening to it. And that's why I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is on me. I apologize. I thought it was working just fine. I'm hearing a lot of it. And I'm like, holy shit, this is pure AC/DC right here. I love it. And I was going to ask you about it at the end, but then I started seeing the comments of people, talking, we can't hear it. So I'm going to try and fix that real quick. Okay, here we go. We're going to play Temperamental off. All right, so I'm going to bring this up. Let me know if you can hear this. What do you mean? I just signed up. What the heck? I was just on there. I know what it is. It's on the wrong tab. I got like two different versions of Chrome going on. Here we go. Can you hear this, Jason?
No, nothing yet.
You cannot hear.
No.
All right, we may have some technical issues here, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, Jason.
That's all right.
So your song, the song most of the music you've done, you have little hints of the bands you listen to, such as AC/DC and Def Leppard, correct?
Correct. Yep. Yep.
Those are your big influences. Are there any other bands that was an influence to your music as well?
I would say early Metallica and Megadeth. The first couple, like the first 4 albums. the first 4 albums of Metallica, and then the first 4 Megadeth. I would say those.
Right. Is any of your music by chance? Oh, here we go. We can play it off YouTube. I just found it. You have music on YouTube, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do this. It's everywhere. Okay, perfect. That works better because I don't know what's going on with Spotify. But here we go. Go ahead.
It's on Amazon Music, Boomplay. It's everywhere.
Amazon Music, Boomplay. I've got some on Spotify here. Let me know if you can hear this.
All right.
You hearing that?
No, nothing.
What is going on here? What is this? That is literally your YouTube page, too.
Yeah.
All right, hang on a minute. And that's a picture of the damn Undertaker. I don't know why he's up there. And there's my email. I really need to get like a new producer on this show to help out with some of this stuff. Like I said, the last guy we had on here, he left the show due to health issues. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So what bands? You said originally you were on with some bands, correct?
What do you mean? Like the band previous to my solo career?
Yeah, the band previous to your solo career.
Yeah, that was Temperamental. And we had one song called "We Were Young Once," and it was on FM radio. It's on college radio too. Locally around where I live in Massachusetts.
Right. Okay, let's try this here. Tell me if this plays.
All right.
Do you hear that?
I hear a little sound.
All right. At least we got some sound. Let me boost this up. Turn that up.
There you go.
All right, so we'll start the song over. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize about the music issues. That's on me. My apologies. I apologize to Jason.
No problem.
I'm sorry. We're going to play a little bit of Jason Boudreau's music. This is Temperamental from Jason Boudreau.
It's Boudrot.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
All of the patience that is built up inside of me, I think I'm ready to burst. We're all in here so we can rock this town loud in order to quench our thirst. We don't take no prisoners, you don't stand a chance now. Which one of you wants to go first? Step right on top, don't be shy now. We promise you won't get hurt. Temperamental inside my head, so you better run for your life. No more patience is too much power, so you better run for your life. Temperamental inside my head, so you better run for your life. No more patience is too much power, so you better run for your life. All of the patience that is built up inside of me has left me feeling impure. Throw me in the loony pit, I'll never get out now. They'll never find a cure. Feeling lost every day, searching for more. Trying to find an open door. I'm always searching, but nothing's working. I feel lost now. join it together. No way to tell them apart. I've got to face the facts as they say to say. I'm more than this chaos inside of me. Flip a coin now, baby, it's your turn. The less you fight, the less it will burn. Temperamental inside my head, so you better run for your life. No more patience is too much power, so you better run for your life. Temperamental inside my head, so you better run for your life. No more patience is too much power, so you better run for your life. All of the patience that is built up inside of me, I think I'm ready to burst. Throw me in the loony bin, I'll never get out now. They'll never find a cure. I've got to face the facts as they say to say. I'm moving this chaos inside of me. Flip the coin now, baby, it's your turn. The less you fight, the less it will burn. Temperamental inside my head, so you better run for your life. No more patience is too much power, so you better run for your life. Temperamental inside my head, so you better run for your life. No more patience is too much power, so you better run for your life. You've done it now.
Damn, that was good.
Yeah.
That was Temperamental by Jason I'm sorry.
Boudrot.
Boudrot. I am terribly sorry. I am terribly sorry, sir. That was Jason Boudrot with Temperamental. That takes me back to like my childhood, all the music I used to listen to. My dad got the big ass 80s radio out in the garage, cranked up. You're working on the lawn, you hear that, and you're like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, this store, I could tell you some, like a little bit of information about like how we recorded that, where it was recorded. We recorded that in Hyde Park, Boston.
Okay.
And Chris Houghton, it was the drummer and the singer for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cameron Peake was the bass guitar. And we recorded that. It was done originally with a Marshall 1981 JCM 800 amp. And nice. I was pretty happy about that because it's from the year I was born, so it made it kind of a little bit more special. And that was the amp in the early 80s. A lot of those early, the hard rock bands used.
Right.
That particular one. That was like the groundbreaking amp that they all used.
And you can hear it in that song. It is just, you can hear it just going away. And that's the one thing I like about that. It's like that serious, like late 80s band that just hits perfectly. It doesn't overtake the rest of the song, but it lets you know it's there.
Yeah. And what other info on it? It was the producer is Arthur Alvarez. He was the music producer that it was his studio and everything that we went into.
Wow. So what year did you record this one? This
was last October, actually.
That was last October. Damn, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So you have been working on the music scene for quite a while. Has there been any points in your career? How long have you been doing music now? 20
years now.
20 years, and you are very seasonally experienced. I can tell just off that song and some of the other songs I've heard. I gotta say, I like it. It reminds me a lot of like the younger years. Is there any kind of like dream project you've wanted to do?
A dream project.
Like right now, you're working on your EP.
Well, so let me explain. So like, I want to do a solo EP because all the bands that I've ever been in have never worked out ever.
Really?
And a lot of my friends, they always say, look, you gotta do things yourself, all yourself. because you can't rely on anybody. I think, and they all think for me to be successful in music, to succeed, I have to do everything myself. That's the only way I'll be able to win, I'll be able to succeed.
Now,
So,
what would be ultimate success for you?
so to get signed to a record label and become as big as Def Leppard was, or Taylor Swift level, like that big. The big time.
You hit the big time. You're selling out concerts, filling up stadiums. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the goal everybody wants. Is just to like let their music, break the ice and just shoot up to the stratosphere. Is what it seems like.
Yeah.
So, out of all the bands that you said you've had bands that you've been with that just didn't work out. They fell apart. What was it? Why did they break apart? Was it just like childish reasons?
It's just fighting, a lot of fighting, alcohol. It's just there's drugs. Like one time I had some guys sell my guitar for crack,
Whoa, what?
I went to practice and it was gone. And then my friend that played bass, he was like, "Oh, I was in the pawn shop yesterday and your gear is sitting there in the pawn shop."
One of them sold your gear for crack.
Yeah.
Why?
For drugs. Yeah.
Did you get it back?
Yeah, I got it back, but it was a different guitar. It was like he knew that I was on a rampage looking for him. I went to the guy's house and there it was sitting on his porch. And he knew that I was searching for him around, where I live. And he returned it, but it was a totally different guitar. It wasn't the same one.
So he literally gave you a guitar that wasn't even yours, but it was identical.
Yeah.
Man, that's just shady. Just for cocaine? What the fuck? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So obviously you probably don't talk to that guy anymore.
I've seen him around, in years past, but we were playing, lots of open mics and things like that. And it was earlier in the past when I was, I would say probably 20, I think I was 22.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called The Undertow. And we had an EP with original music written for it. And we were playing, lots of open mics in front of people. And it just didn't work out. The bass player had a drinking problem and that kind of ended it.
I've never understood that. Why do so many musicians in bands, they always end up falling into the same vices over and over? They get a drinking problem or a drug addiction. I don't understand why that happens.
I don't know.
It's so weird. It's like you have someone like the big one I remember that was probably one of the best would have been Freddie Mercury with his vocals, but he had a huge drinking problem, just huge. And obviously got the worst of them later on, but with the whole, it turned into drugs and then all that stuff. But when he started out with Queen, he had a very big drinking problem. There were bandmates who were getting fed up with him. He turned into like a legitimate drama queen because of it, because he was pushing back. And I've never understood how bands can sit there. You have bands that have gold. They literally have lightning in a bottle. They could use it very well and make themselves huge. But they fall into the same vice all the time. One of them gets into drinking too much. One of them gets into drugs too much. I don't get it.
Yeah, look at Steve Clark from Def Leppard. He died. He died in 91, and he drank himself to death. They found him. He took painkillers and he drank. He OD'd or whatever.
Yeah, look at Bon Scott. Same thing. Yeah. So it's crazy how that happens. It's like it's a curse or something, but I don't understand why.
I don't know.
It's always the same tropes. So we got another song that you've sent over. This one, I kind of like the name of this one, March of the Dictator.
Yeah.
This is another song. This is actually also one of the songs you sent me as well. And I got to point out, Dictator is not spelt like how it's like Dick, as in Dick.
Well, I was the one who we accidentally wrote that when we were writing the title down.
I love that title, then.
And then my Chris Houghton, the singer and the drummer, was like, "Oh, I like that. We're gonna keep that."
Yeah, I actually like it. It makes it unique. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is March of the Dictator. And obviously, let me know if you guys had trouble hearing this one or not. We'll figure it out. So, here we go. Are you able to hear this one?
When it first started playing, the audio was really good.
Okay.
I am a human.
It's good now. Very good.
You can trust me. Turn all your fantasies into fatalities. There is no hope or faith in the land of tyranny. When a man is left to burn to the will and fear of greed. And if you want to stay alive, then you better not stay away from the savage power and selfish ways of the dictator, please. March of the dictator over the land, self-appointed by God to crush the will of man. I think it's time to play. A little game with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a global war. Now all of you go off and fight for the right to call yourself my slaves. It's your right. There is no hope or faith in the land of tyranny. When a man is left to bend to the will and fear of greed. And if you want to stay alive, then you best to stay away from the savage power and selfish ways of the dictator, please. March of the dictator over the land, self-appointed by God to crush the will of man. We got to stand up and face our fears like a song, fight to survive. I am your human god. You can trust me. Turn all your fantasies
There you go. That's March of the Dictator. Got a lot of positive feedback on that one. You got Casey saying it was awesome. You got Skeletor saying takes you back. Stoner Chloe just jumped in. She's like, this is my kind of music. So there you go.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I love that music. That's my kind of music right there. And I fucking love it. You put that in, you get to doing something, working out all that shit. It's awesome.
No, you listen to if you really listen to the words, we put a lot of time into the words, making sure that every word, had meaning to it. If you listen to Temperamental again, you hear, if you really listen to it, there's a lot there.
Right.
The lyrics. I'm sure you heard it when we listened to it, but
I heard a lot. With Temperamental, with March of the Dictator. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Got a bad internet connection for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're good.
All right.
But there was a couple times with March of the Dictator, you could hear the lyrics really good. There's a couple times where he got a little worked up, but the lyrics are pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
So now, do you help writing the lyrics of some of these songs? I take it.
Yeah, it was me and my friend Chris Houghton that we sat in his basement, with a notepad, and we just we made the song, and we wrote the words, and that was it.
Right. What was your inspiration for some of that?
So this song we thought of, Hitler and, the troops marching down the street, with the jackboots and you see in the war documentaries and things like that.
Yeah, where they have that, what they call it, goose stepping, how they
walk? Like that.
Yeah.
That's where, when I thought of the guitar riff part, I was thinking that.
That's what you matched the riff with, was kind of like that, kind of how they walked. So
yeah,
that's pretty interesting how you did that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It also paid off really well in the song, it seems, because the riff itself is what really grabs you in that song. It grabs your attention. It almost commands your attention. And then it kind of eases back a little bit when the lyrics come in. And then when the lyrics back off, you got that riff again. And it's keeping your attention on that entire song. It's really good. I like that one.
Yeah.
I'd say out of the two songs that we've heard tonight, and unfortunately the one song I cannot play because I don't know what's going on with StreamYard here, that one there, March of the Dictator, is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Probably my absolute favorite. So how many songs are going to be on your new EP when it comes out?
I would say probably 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to hear this on YouTube.
Yeah,
Amazon,
it'll be everywhere. I'll have it on. It'll be on Spotify, iTunes, Boomplay, Amazon Music, YouTube, everywhere.
Awesome. Can you give us a small hint at one of your songs?
Like names? I could give titles.
Yeah, I know you're still working on them. You probably haven't got them all,
Well, so there'll be the title track, The Guitar Man Cometh, for sure.
Yep.
Then there's going to be the, Hard Times, that one that you couldn't play.
Oh,
that kind of sounds like AC/DC.
Oh, that was one of them. Oh, damn it! Now I want to see why I won't play that.
And then let me see. Unreal Dream is another one.
That sounds good. That sounds real good. Unreal Dream.
Yep.
Let's see.
What What's another one? That's all I can think of right now. I got others.
Right. See, I'm trying to. Here is a link to your Spotify. We'll throw Spotify up there for people who want to stay tuned and see when your music drops and whatnot. There is Jason's Spotify right there. That's where some of his songs are currently. He's also on YouTube and Facebook as well.
And iTunes.
And iTunes as well. Amazon
get,
Music. Go ahead, sorry.
That any temperamental songs you can get on Amazon Music. Pandora I'm on.
So you're on Pandora as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
See, we got one more song we can play, but I'm saving that one towards the end. Here, I think that's currently my favorite song from you. Just the guitar riff alone is it's like I said, it's powerful. I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that guitar riff. That's awesome. So
I was actually not very happy with the guitar sound. Like it was kind of because it got reamped. I don't know if you know what reamping is, but like when we first went into the studio, he had me plug into his amp sim in his studio. And that's like through a computer, with like fake computer cabinets. And
okay.
It's a kind of a different sound. And so we did that. And then we added the Marshall to try to beef it up a little bit because I wasn't really happy with the overall sound of it. And then we reamped it. He reamped over the amp sim signal, and then it recreated. It was supposed to fix it, but I don't know. It sounds to me like the guitar sounds like kind of like a wet paper bag. It doesn't sound very good.
I liked it. I thought it was good, but I mean, I can understand where you're coming from too.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever think that maybe you could possibly ever do like a remaster of something like March of the Dictator to where you want it to be at, and it's like, this is what I've always wanted to be at. This is where I want it to be at.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not in good terms with him right now. So.
Does he own the rights to the song? I take it.
No. We own the rights to the song, but I'm not getting along with him right now, currently. So
I get that.
Yeah.
I don't want to pry on that one too much because I've already heard about the shenanigans about your. I still can't get over it. He stole your guitar and then swapped it out, replaced it with another guitar.
Oh, but that was another band in the past in my early musical years.
Yeah, that's just crazy though. So outside of music, outside of writing incredible music, which is fucking awesome in my opinion, what's some other things you like to do for fun?
I don't know. It's mainly, I would say music is mainly my main hobby.
Music is your main hobby. That's your main focus. Yeah, that shows a lot too, because when someone sits there and says, that's their main focus, like would be music, that means they put all their time and attention into it. That means every minute they're perfecting their craft. And that shows with the two songs we played with your music.
Yeah.
It shows that you have put a lot of time and effort into that and that alone, and you have built it up to where it's like, I'm going to say this, but a God of rock and roll type deal, That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
So, well, we got one more song. This one is called We Were Young Once.
Okay. Yeah. This one has gotten played on Pixie 103's Homegrown.
Oh, this got played on Pixie?
Yep. Pixie
Nice.
103?
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and play this real quick. This is We Were Young Once.
We were young ones, we had fun ones, didn't need anyone or anything. We would laugh, we would say things didn't get harder with each passing day. No need to learn to smile through the shade. A bird to chase, some puddle to splash. New friends playing hide and seek in the back. But then life swells up in clouds our minds with thoughts that anger and make us blind. We were young, we were young. We were young. Oh, do you remember when we were young? When we were young, our mother would come to wipe away tears with her loving thumb, and Dad would play every night and day, shielding us from a world filled with constant decay. But then life swells up and clouds our minds with thoughts that anger and make us blind. We were young, we were young, we were young. Do you remember when we were young? Ignorance is bliss, loving arms that kiss. There were no problems, and that's what I miss. So if you're still young, feel alive and have fun. Don't let a cold world bring hate to your heart. Just be young, just stay young. No, please stay young.
Well, damn, that was good. I'm gonna say March of the Dictator is still my favorite, but a lot of people in the chat room were even saying, let's see, Stoner Chloe saying it's good. Casey
Thank
is
you.
saying this one has me in my feels, take me back so I can relate. Skeletor saying Jason setting those strings on fire. Casey says reminds me of us in high school. I don't think this is a song that reminds me back in high school, but and Rachel is saying, this is my favorite song. This is my favorite. Guitar steals a song, and I would agree. The guitar steals that song. That's a good one too. That's a damn good one. So,
See, story about that song. I don't know. We were just sitting there and we thought, oh, we remembering how time goes by. We were remembering when we were young, and that's where that one came from.
right.
Because me and my friend Chris Houghton, the drummer and the singer that you hear singing on this and playing the drums, we were really good friends for like 15 years. And, we played many shows together.
Right. So you played many
And
shows.
I have video of us playing when we were, he was just like a kid, like a 14, 15-year-old kid,
Right.
So that's where we kind of, we kind of got the idea from.
I don't know. Between Temperamental, March of the Dictator, and We Were Young Ones. We Were Young Ones is very good too.
We were thinking, we were trying to keep it radio friendly, a good radio hit.
Yeah, and that's how you got on. That's how you got the song too. Because I can't see March of the Dictator being on the radio.
No, I don't think so.
It deserves to be. It's got a good beat, but just the name of it, everybody's like, well, we had a guy on here a while back, Bloody F Mess. He had a song that was played on the radio. The song that was played the most for him was a song called O.J. Simpson. He put that song out after O.J. got arrested. And that was a song that just took off for him. But everything else, it's been like, So I think there needs to be more independent artists and rising artists. There needs to be more music aimed towards them to bring attention to them.
Yeah.
So that way people, because I'm pretty sure, like, you look at Casey here, she's talking about how she liked this song. You may
Yeah.
just gain a new listener right there. You talk about Rachel here, she's listening, like, hey, she likes this song. You might just gain a new follower here. We got Skeletor, we got Stoner Chloe in here, got Bubba in here. Well, not that one, this one. Bubba's in here. You may just gain several new listeners. And that's what I want to see, like a lot of these musicians. I want to see them break that mold and hit the stratosphere, become the next, pardon me, I'm not saying this is going to be you, but become the next Taylor Swift, bigger than Taylor Swift. The next, we'll put it in this terms, the next Def Leppard, the next AC/DC, the next Metallica.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of hard work and determination to get there. And it looks like you have definitely put the hard work and determination. You're deserving that break where you just you hit it.
Yeah. And, if I was going to give advice to any like up and coming people that want to play music, you got to have determination of steel and not want to rip your hair out. I mean, pretty much. I mean, you especially, you have to carry all the equipment, and I mean, it's just going back and forth to, practice and dealing with just stupid stuff. You gotta. I mean, if you want to do music and try to, be good at it, you gotta be real determined. I mean, and you gotta really enjoy it. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time. It's a lot of people, I think, quit music because it's just, you don't get very much success in it.
Mm-hmm.
You sit in your room with a guitar for hours and hours, and a lot of people they will just give up music right away,
Right.
Because it takes time. I mean, when I had my first guitar and I was playing, I wanted to play all, Megadeth and all these wild songs, and you can't. And it's kind of, you have to stick with it. And it takes time.
It takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's what I always say.
Right.
And in your case, you've got the foundations for Rome. You've got the buildings designed and everything. You're just waiting for Caesar to say, here's your money, go build Rome. And that's why I think that a lot of people, and that's one thing, is that a lot of musicians, they'll start out in bars. They'll start out as a small band, and then they'll start getting recognized and noticed. Yep. And for some people, I've noticed they get tired of playing the bar scene. They want to open for someone like, AC/DC or Metallica or Megadeth. The problem is like they're tired of just clawing their way through. Sometimes that's how you have to do it, is from what I've noticed. You don't get, by playing all those bars and getting recognized and having people say, hey, we want Jason Boudrot.
Boudrot.
I'm sorry. I caught myself the last minute and I was like, he is going to reach through this computer monitor and beat my ass. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Jason Boudrot. Boudrot. I have an Illinois twang. I'm sorry. Let's get Jason out here to play at this bar. And then they're like, that Jason guy did really good. Let's get him on our bar. We're getting ready to do like a St. Patty's. And then it's just word of mouth. And next thing you know, you're getting so many you're getting so many people calling to play here. And they're like, well, now I want to move it to the big time. So a local band comes in. They're like, what's a good local singer? Well, that Jason guy is really good.
Yeah.
That guy is really good. Let's have him open for us and see how good. The next thing you know, you're opening for them. Maybe let's just say a small modern day band like Crossfade, who just announced they're coming back, or someone, a band like that. They all of a sudden they watch you play and they're like, damn, he's really good. Then word of mouth comes out. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. The next thing you know, you're the guy saying, hey, what's a good local band around here that can open for me?
Yeah.
You gotta hang with it. And obviously you have hanged with it.
See, I tried that. I tried getting in the bars with bands in the past, and that's not easy either, because you got to have 30 to 40 songs, and you got to be able to play them pretty good. And then,
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to get, and around, like I called every music venue around here on Cape Cod, and it's not, getting into bars is not easy. You got to be, you got to have a lot of material,
You
and
do, and
then you got to hold the band together, and
Mhm.
without it breaking up or anything like that.
Yeah, that seems to be like the big problem too. Is that, and I don't know why. One of my friends, Webster, he plays in a band as well, but he only plays around here in the Jacksonville area, and he only plays the bar scenes. But the band he's got, he talks about all the drama they go through, how many members they've cycled out, looking for a new drummer, a new bassist, stuff like that. I don't understand why it's not just like a team effort,
Mm-hmm.
It's like you've all got the same dream, you've all got the same concept. Why not push for it? Why not work together? I mean, there's no I in team, and there's no I in band either.
Right.
So that just seems to me like that seems to be another problem that causes a lot of bands to have downfalls too, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
if you get that band that works really well, or you get that singer who says, look, this is what we're going to do. What would you like to do? Do you think this would work? If you get that kind of feeling together, then you got, something that'll work and can actually run the distance.
Yeah.
So it's just from what I see, Chloe's asking Cape Cod. My grandmother lives out there.
Oh, okay.
So she's got family out there. So there you go. Yeah, you live in Cape Cod, Massachusetts?
Yep.
Yep, there you go, Chloe. He lives out there. So, well, Jason, I've got one more question for you.
I could talk about my family, who plays music, and my mom plays keyboard, or not keyboards, but she played piano. And let's see, my brother, he plays guitar.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, let's see who else. I think my cousin. Oh yeah, my cousin plays guitar. And then one other family member plays guitar too, that I know of.
A lot of guitar players must run in the blood, huh?
Yeah.
So do your family members who also play guitar, do they also play in bands as well, or?
No. My
They
mom took piano a lot. She played piano for a long time.
Okay. They just play it for recreation.
Yeah, as a kid, she was into it.
And you're just playing it because you're sharpening the sword. You go out there on the stage. I'm sharpening the sword tonight with my guitar. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's awesome. Now, one last question I have for you. You have your new EP coming out.
Yeah.
You write your own music.
Yeah.
How much would you charge to write a theme? Because right now this show here is just going through whatever we find on YouTube that is free and non-copyrighted.
Yeah.
Do you ever write themes would you write a theme for a podcast like this?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do it. I do it for free, just for fun,
You do it I was going to throw you my wallet and say, here you go, whatever you need. But if you want to do it for free, no, I'd pay you. We need a theme song for this show because, like I said, we use mostly the stuff off YouTube, which is free. But it's nothing's really feeling like our tone. We've only been on the air for a year. We've only been doing these interviews here since I think we started doing the interview processing stuff around August. We've only been doing that for 3 months. We're still trying to get going, but would you be able to write a possible theme for us, an opening theme?
Yeah, if you want it in a rock kind of theme.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not too heavy, but
yeah, because we do have some people who watch. We have young kids who watch. We have a older audience that watches that's around our age or a little bit older. I would say something similar to, God, I want to say March of the Dictator, but something along the lines of We Were Young Once, I think would go perfect. Because we
All
also
right.
use it. We also use this podcast to promote for charity. We do a lot of
Okay.
charity stuff. So we got to be presentable for the charities, if you will.
All right.
So awesome. I would love to hear that. Thank you so much. So your EP comes out in a year. You're working diligently, very hard to get it going and get it set up perfectly.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can check out Jason. I got nothing else to ask you. What about you? Do you have any questions or anything like that?
Not really. I sent you another song called Unreal Dream. I don't know if you have it.
Unreal Dream. I think it's also on the problem.
The problem one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna have to take this whole computer apart and figure it out and take the board apart. I'm gonna have to just put this computer is. I bought this computer. A friend of mine put this together during COVID, and he put it together with spare parts. And now it's like, yeah, now I'm just going to buy a new PC. I'm going to have to just build a whole new studio. I've got room in the garage to do it.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done when you have bills and everything and whatnot. But it's something I'm going to have to do if I want this podcast to take off and be able to have you back on and interview others. Definitely going to need to. And I definitely would love to have you back on when check and see how that EP is going, or when the EP drops.
Or if I get one or two done, you could play them.
Yeah. So, well, guys, Jason, thank you for coming on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I want to thank all the people that commented on my songs, because it does mean a lot to me. When people say, "Hey, you're pretty good," it does mean an awful lot to me.
Right, there you go. Artists love to have the comments on their music.
Yeah, it's a good pat on the back. It means a lot.
It does. I'm glad. And again, I apologize for the small inconvenience we had earlier with the. See right here, Chloe's just got a new fan right here.
Great, thanks.
So you can check out Jason's YouTube channel right there. We'll bring that back up, and then let me pull up the Spotify where it went to. Oh, it was right up here. I just saw it. There's his Spotify right there. You can check and keep up to date with Jason's music. Listen for when that new EP drops. I'm going to tell you right now, the music he's playing is beautiful, perfect. I love it. You should love it too. If you're not loving it, get to loving it. It's very good. So with that said, Jason, I apologize for the issues we've had with the audio and all that stuff. So...
And one more note, it'll be definitely, the new music will be definitely in the style 80s hard rock. That's what you're going to get.
There you go. It'll be in the style. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the 80s music. You should too. It's what most of us grew up with who are watching. I'm going to love it. I'm sure you guys will too. So, well, Jason, thank you very much for being on the show.
It was a true pleasure. Yeah.
It's a true honor to have you, sir, a master of your craft, and we will see you all on the next episode of the Best Damn Podcast. So long, everybody.